Good Friday midday to you. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. And this VELCO weather hazards outlook is valid the rest of Friday right through next Thursday, December the 15th. Looking at temperatures here, you can see some of the colder air coming down, mostly in the Yukon and areas of the north, of course, and this has penetrated well south, with temperatures near freezing all the way down to the Gulf coastal areas. Winds were gusting, but generally under 35 miles an hour from the northwest, adding a little bit of a wind chill. This is what you're looking at here. You can see wind chills minus 35 up in some parts east of the Canadian Rockies, in the areas that normally experience this kind of thing. An uneventful rest of Friday is forecast through this entire weekend, with generally cold but good project weather. Anomalous cold nights will follow, with temperatures close to 0 degrees, followed by a transition storm that will feature light dry snow to some wet snow accrual. This will happen during especially Monday into Monday night. Utilities should monitor this. Right now it looks like low impacts, if any at all. The next good project weather day arrives on Tuesday. More snow shower flurry activity, very similar to what we're seeing this Friday. That'll repeat again Wednesday into Thursday. And then right after that, an Arctic plunge arriving around Friday and into Saturday just beyond this period. Okay, looking at the European model, you can see the flow and the northwesterly flow, a bit of a tight pressure gradient, but we have high pressure that will eventually ridge across the region. This area of high pressure will build in right there. It'll shut off a lot of the precipitation. So a little bit of a break in the action over this weekend. This is our next incoming weather system. It's going to bring us all snow, as it looks at least northern Vermont, and probably central and southern Vermont as well. A little bit more dicey call there. The models have not been handling this jet stream energy as well as recent other systems, but as it looks right now, we're going to see the heaviest precipitation with a possibility of some minor wet snow loading in parts of our central and southern Vermont locations. All dry snow to the north, a lot more fluffier, a lot more stamped down, if you will, with high water content. It looks like on Monday. This is valid about 7 o'clock on Monday morning. And as the storm progresses and moves on through, it gets warmest, of course, in the afternoon. And then it mostly moves on out, and we're left with just cold conditions. So that will pretty much end any kind of wet snow loading potential. This is not a big storm, so utilities should monitor, but really not looking at anything that's going to be major. Another good day with high pressure, it looks like on Tuesday, and that ridge of higher pressure will then be pushed out by another weak weather system, and looks like more lake effect snows. And this is our Arctic plunge. This is coming in via more cross polar from Siberia, and more aimed toward parts of the western Canadian side. And as it does, it looks like it's going to move on through and deliver some lake effect snow, some off and on snow showers and flurries to end the work week. You can see them downstream here from the Great Lakes. 7-day total precipitation from the Weather Prediction Center. You can see roughly the blue line here is about 1 inch, about a ½ inch, a ¼ inch, and so forth. Anomalous temperatures go below normal for a change for the next 5 afternoons. You can see running about 3 degrees below normal. What about 3 days later? This is what it looks like, 6 to 9 degrees below normal as that second Arctic plunge begins to move into the region. This is 2-meter temperatures centered on Burlington, Vermont, and you can see today here, and a little bit of a dip over the weekend, and then we try to make a rise up close to 32 degrees. Again, this is in northern Vermont, so we'll not see 32 quite. You can see the models have a lot tougher time here after about the 14th of December. So from here, it's just going to be kind of nebulous, but we are looking at a little bit of a run here. Now, in terms of precipitation, the GFS ensemble shows a couple peak precipitation amounts. This is the one that'll move in on Monday. We have the little tiny amounts we're seeing here on Friday afternoon, then dry weather. Monday's our next worry. This could have a little bit of wet snow, and you can even see some of the water plumes here, freezing rain, and so forth. Then a little bit of a break in the action on Tuesday, and then another one after that. But I would discount this one at this point in time. The European model just shows kind of more of a zonal flow, and again, lake effect, snow shower and flurry activity. No big deal. Quick look at current temperature anomaly. You can see still incredible warmth in some parts of the Pacific area of the Arctic here. Still very, very cold across Siberia and northern areas. A lot of this is drained across the Pacific. It's come around like this. Parts of Alaska has been fairly cold. And you can see this is the next cold bout. This is what's working in for this entire weekend. Current snow depths across the lower 48. You can see the most up in the British Columbia coastal mountains here into the northern Rockies, the western portions of Alberta. And second to that, looks like around Yellowstone country, some parts of Montana, down into the Uintas and the Wasatch, and then thirdly into parts of Colorado. Snow cover is pretty solid across most of southern Canada now. A little bit of Chinook effect here, melting out the snows in some of the prairie provinces, parts of Montana, and so forth. However, as we get closer into our neck of the woods here, and we'll zoom in a little bit, what we can see is we've also got a pretty good snow cover now. And the snow cover exists, it looks like, almost all the way to the coastal areas of Massachusetts and so forth, and almost into Long Island, New York. And straighten this up here. So not quite Boston, some of our I-95 cities, I-95 corridor, but the snow starts basically right along this area here. Just some light accumulations now for Vermont. The most snowfall that we've been seeing is around Mount Mansfield, and you can see that here. And then also continuing up into the northern Green Mountains. Some of the Northeast Kingdom Highlands, the typical spots like the Standard Mountain Range and so forth, Groton Forest and whatnot. And some of the lake effect bands in the Tug Hill Plateau region, and some parts of our western Adirondacks, and some upsloping components in the northern Adirondacks as well. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.